Allan Aguirre with your Incorruptible 2-minute warning for the week of May 17th. I'll be in Nashville this week. I will be able to do this on Wednesday based on my flight time. So Thursday and Friday will look a little interesting because I will be in Nashville. I'm not sure where I'll be doing it. I'll probably be using my phone. I don't want to take a camera, a microphone, a laptop, all that nonsense. Well, I don't want to do all that. I'm not going to take all that. It's not nonsense. I just don't want to take all that. So it won't be as flash or as professional as this. It'll be my road version. But hey, um, this week we're going to talk about walking away. Yeah, we're going to talk about walking away. And we're going to start with John 6:66. After this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. So over the weekend, I posted something about a celebrity Christian artist who's either walked away or in the process of walking away, and everyone freaks out. All I did was repost their tweet. I didn't even say anything. It was commented that comments and the sort of dialogue that transpired on that post are probably why this individual distanced himself from evangelicals or why he walked away. I suggested that was weak. Walking away from Jesus because of Christians was weak. When in the entirety of Christendom was it ever perfect, without drama, Christianity, personal gain, and or hypocrisy? Never. That's why the epistles were written. Hell, this stuff was going on even when Jesus was still walking the earth. I suggested that blaming Christians for why you walk away from Christianity or the faith is weak. I've been a target of theirs since I was 19. That's not to pat myself on the back, but no, it's to say that when you actually, one, Jesus warns you of this. Two, when you actually do this the way Jesus tells you to do it, you can survive that crap. In my experience, people that walk away from Jesus, that walk away from the faith, do so because they have some very dark and personal reasons. They've chosen to believe things outside of the scriptures as permissible and acceptable to God, or they simply do not believe any longer, usually, again, because of some sort of dark and personal reasons. Now, what constitutes dark? Well, God, the scriptures. I'm going to have to pause this because I really want to finish this. God and the scriptures, and that's where we have, I'm pausing this. Okay, let me go back. Okay, what constitutes dark? Well, this is the deal breaker here. God constitutes what's dark. The scriptures constitutes what's dark, what's life, what's light, what's truth. See, and that's where we have the problem, because many of these people have already rejected the scriptures, which is why they end up where and how they end up. Blaming others, blaming Christians that are still in the faith is so much easier to do than to take responsibility for their own actions and the decisions that they've made. Jesus said as much. Be cold or hot, because if you're lukewarm, I will vomit you out of my mouth. Jesus said that. I don't blame non-believers for my faith. It literally makes no sense to me why you would blame believers for your leaving of the faith. That's weak. Oh, but my youth leader. Well, did he break the law? Then take him to court. But if your youth leader said or did something to you that you didn't like or whatever, or was wrong, okay? Like I said, this has never functioned correctly. That's why the epistles were written, because there were people out there doing this thing wrong, teaching wrong. This isn't new news. If you're going to walk away from faith, from Jesus, then own it. Own your walking away. Blaming others for walking away takes the same amount of sand. You know what I mean by that, right? Cojones. It takes the same amount of sand it took for you to leave. None. I'm going to repeat that. Blaming others for walking away takes the same amount of sand it took for you to leave. None. John tells us that after this, many of his disciples, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. After what?
The views and opinions expressed during our broadcasts are solely those of the broadcast producers, hosts, and/or guests, etc., and are not necessarily the views or opinions of the Travelog Network, its sponsors, or affiliates.